Okay, welcome back. And my guest this morning is the managing partner of Bui Costo, former Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed. We're looking at taking advantage of solid minerals, and he's explained the context of that. We're at a 450, million naira economy. We want to go as high as 1 trillion naira.
Next 5 years.
In 5 years. And so just exploring what are the options. It can't all come from oil, as he's been explaining. And so certainly the mining sector is indeed a key, a key opportunity. Some might even say, I don't know if you can say low-hanging fruit, because it's not an easy piece of work. It takes such a lot. But you are exploring it, would appear. There's been this roundtable.
You see, sir, you recall that prior to 1975, the mining industry contributed 12% to our GDP. That was before the indigenization decree. For the indigenization decree, and then we had to, the companies had to sell 60% of their shares to meet the new regulations
policy.
That led to a setback in the mining industry. That's why we believe that with the reforms being put in place today by the federal government, we can, even if we cannot get to 12%, we can get to about 6%.
Okay.
For the mining industry to contribute about 6%. I mean, today they contribute probably less than 1%. From what it used to be before. So we think it's doable if we can just, remove all these, obstacles. Legal framework. You see, the industry has suffered a lot of neglect, and then there's been inadequate legislation and lack of implementation of policy, which has now led to, we are now reduced to a country of artisanal miners, small-scale miners.
Because I was going to come to this very point that you've made, that we see pictures of mining, and we also see in Nigeria artisanal miners, even though everybody must be licensed. But we also see the scale on which this particular profession, occupation, industry is practiced abroad.
Yes, it seems.
How far away are we?
You see, Mr. Folarin, artisanal miners are not necessarily illegal miners.
No.
Many artisanal miners have actually the permits and the licenses.
Well, I didn't intend to suggest otherwise, but just the scale at which they're operating. Okay.
But because they lack the capacity.
Okay.
They don't have the finance.
Yes.
They don't have the equipment. That's why they remain artisanal. And this is why one of the things that will allow them to migrate from being artisanal to, big, to what you call MMC, that we call that multinational,
exactly.
multinational mining companies.
This kind of idea has been explored.
It will be the environment. When there is an environment of certainty, predictability, because mining is a long-term investment. You cannot recoup your investment in 5 years. Because some of the equipment you buy have a lifespan of about 15 to 25 years, for instance. So you need an environment that will attract investors. And one of the most important ones is that there must be clarity. There must be certainty. I'm not going to invest, I'm not going to put $25 billion into an investment when every year the government will come with new policies.
Okay. I have a caller on the line. Right. Let's take that. Good morning to you, Mr. George. Thank you for holding on a bit.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Thank you.
And good morning to Lai Mohammed.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Uncle Yori, I want to thank Lai Mohammed for the good ideas he's bringing to the table on how to take advantage of our solid mineral deposits. But as he was talking, Uncle Yori, a number of things came to my mind. That Lai Mohammed is a key figure in the past administration and in the ruling political party. And he was the Minister for Information for 8 consecutive years. So what came to my mind as he was talking, I was wondering, did he have inhibition when he was in government to introduce or sell these ideas to the president? Or is it that the ideas are just coming to him? Absolutely, the ideas are not just coming to him, because he mentioned that he was in office at the time he had contact with his partner. And the way he's projecting it now, it just occurred to me, what were these inhibitions? Are they things that we can take lessons from, bearing in mind that he was a key figure in that administration, and is now bringing these ideas in a private capacity on the platform of business? That's just what I wanted to know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. George.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. George. I think Nigerians should get ready for more former ministers, more former governors, more former legislators entering the field of government relations and lobbying. This is a practice in many parts of the world, where former senators, former governors, come together to form consultancies to help further development in their country. Two, Mr. George, you realize that I said from the beginning that this was a collaboration between the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, which is federal government #1 think tank. So, and I think I was honest enough to say the idea was not even brick or stone. It was actually that of NIPS. But we worked together to make it happen. Thirdly, I was Minister of Information and Culture. I was not Minister of Solid Minerals or Minister of Steel Development. But I had to learn more about mining. What are the challenges? What are the opportunities? And I didn't set up Brookcoast when I was a minister, no. Set it up after I left office. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. Elder David in Alimosho, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Yori.
Thank you for calling in.
Thank you, Lai Mohammed. God will bless you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Lai Mohammed.
Thank you, sir.
I'm very grateful, and what Lai Mohammed have just told you is very correct, because every good thing of this government started 2015, like what I always said. And government is a continuous thing. The government that has come in now is to correct the past mistake of others, not that of APC, because the APC from 2015 have been the best government we have in this country. I've been saying on this platform. Solid minerals is more than crude oil. South Africa have no crude oil yet. And from what government have done so far now, in fact, let us wait with the next 3 years. You say that we shall depend on this solid mineral because there's a minister there already. And whatever he said is very correct, because these are people who were able to complete all the abandoned projects of Obasanjo and Atiku, that is from 1999 to 2015 of PDP. I've said it here too, 34 parastatals were closed down. And where is the money of when they sold those parastatals? And today they are talking of the coastal line to Edda, Calabar and others. And those are people that produce the oil where Atiku himself were able to make this money, and where Obi himself was able to make, if he had gone to Anambra, Obi will not protest. And if that coastal head, this thing have gone to Adamawa, he will not protest. Let them keep quiet and let this government do their own job. It's a continuation of this government. God will bless everybody that supports this government, and God will bless you and bless Nigeria. Nigeria continues to remain. This government will rule till 2031. I thank you, Jesus' name.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Elder David. But also, again, to emphasize that Alhaji Lai Mohammed is in a private capacity, but he is not really working in government anymore in that way. But he is, working with the Nigerian Institute for Policy and Strategic Study as one of their clients. Did I get that right?
Yeah, we have a strategic partnership
with NIPS, a strategic partnership.
So we're going to do many things together.
So do they qualify as? So you wouldn't? No,
we don't charge them.
You don't like the word client.
They're not clients in the sense that they pay us fees. No.
Oh, okay.
We believe that they have what we don't have.
Okay.
They also believe that we have what they don't have.
Okay.
And then the two of us have met together and said we can contribute our own quota to national development.
Okay. And also, we're talking now about mining and solid minerals, but that's just one aspect. Your firm might also be able to handle other aspects.
Like I told you, sir, I said we have identified 6 sectors, and mining is just the first one.
Okay.
And I think in the fullness of time,
mining is just the first one. There are other areas
that we believe that we can, jack up, and they can contribute their own quota to meet the deficit of by $550 billion in the next 5 years, not in 1 year, the next 5 years.
Okay. Mazi Okorafor, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Lai Mohammed.
Good morning.
See you live and direct. It's not retired, but it's not tired, but it's not retired. Good morning, sir.
Thank you, Mazi.
It's a pleasure, sir.
Thank you.
So I'd like to see that. I thank God for people like you. At least you are still bouncing back to the screen to tell Nigeria what you have, that you still have a lot to do. That is why that's to call authority. Now, for we to move forward in this country, there is no state that doesn't have mineral resources. Look at Enugu. We are talking about energy. And Enugu, the coal there have not been harnessed for even 1 day. Now what do we do? Doesn't mean we don't have experts that are supposed to go down there. And then this thing now, so that let us have our own energy. That's all the generated there. Because every time we sit down and be thinking about outside, where coal is being wasted. Energy is being wasted. Nobody cares. Now, you see, the issue of mining and mining. There's nothing the federal government will do to stop mining in this country. That is legal mining. Because, do you know, statistics have shown that, I'm talking to you right now, many children are supposed to be in school. They have abandoned school. They are now going to mine. Because there they make big money, nobody cares, no license, just mine and come and sell you at least there is already made market for them there. Even this illegal money is creating more problems to our educational sector. That is what is happening, that because the government are just people that are supposed to go around and do this and that, they will tell you insecurity. Insecurity are the people are causing. It is some people inside that create a lot of problems so that people will not come there. They will mining all these things illegally and carrying outside Nigeria and be making more than the government. Are you talking about the Niger data? We are talking about the crude oil. What is happening there? The illegal bunkering is more than the real one. Nigeria, you see how much petrol is costing now? You know, it's going at $8.50 a liter. Kerosene, hallelujah. That one is 1,400, 1,400. Kerosene, that is many people. Is it the charcoal? Is it the gas you're talking about? All these things are available. The question is that our problem is implementation. That is the major problem. There are people that go to do. Some of them are not giving the opportunity. Some of them are giving the opportunity. They will just go there, siphon, and go and abandon. Every time, depending on outsiders to come in. An outsider cannot come here and show us what to do in our place. It is we in the to take that state by themselves. Arrange all these things they have in their places. Bring people within themselves to arrange these things by themselves. At the rate they are able, not the question depending on federal government. My brothers and sisters, honestly speaking, it is very, very disheartening that crude oil in Nigeria. Look at Ukraine. Look at Kuwait. Look at Russia. You Ukraine today, you see wheat they produce. They are now supplying wheat to other countries that they don't have food. And Ukraine is the people that already face serious war in their country, and they have excess grain. And you see they export it. Nigeria, we have to go. Lai Mohammed, it's a pleasure to see you bouncing. Good morning, sir. And
all right, then.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you very much.
I think he made a lot of very solid points. But you see, it's precisely these issues that the brainstorming session was set up to address. And if you remember...
And you were at it for 2 days.
Yes.
Divided up into various
various syndicates. Now, the issue he raised about states and the federal government is what we believe will be resolved when the new Mining Act is signed into law by Mr. President. Because all the stakeholders have seen that there's no way you can, exclude the state government from participating in mining. Because at the end of the day, it is their people that suffer the degradation.
The environmental.
Yes. So there must be a way that they can be compensated. And then there must be a way that they can engage without taking away the sovereignty of the federal government. Two, there's what people we call Aboriginal landowners who inherited their land from their fathers, and they've been farming on this land. I am not telling them that they cannot, dig the land to extract minerals. They find it strange. So we're also trying to address that. And then there are the speculators who simply believe that there's minerals here. They take the licenses, they hold them. They have no capacity, they have no intention of developing the mines. They only wait for investors. When investors come, they now give them very tough conditions, and they run away. Yes. So these are all the issues that we are trying to resolve. And because we intend to go and hand over our recommendations to the Honorable Minister of, solid minerals, so that it can form part of, the reforms that is taking place in the industry. Okay,
I have. Is there a Mr. Giafo on the line? I hope I got that right. Giafo from Okota.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, please, greeting to Lai Mohammed.
How are you, Sam?
I'm fine, Please, my contribution this morning is about this illegal mining going on in the north. We all know that they have been mining gold and other minerals in the north for the past years, even during your administration which you are in, and nothing has been done. We read from the report that even some plane was landing inside a makeshift strip to pack mineral resources from the north for export. My question is, if the oil in the Niger Delta region, the money from the oil is being shared by all Nigerians, what happened to the oil, the money from the mines, gold and other resources from the north? They are not bringing it to the table.
Okay, well, thank you very much for calling in on that. He mentioned gold, but we're talking about solid minerals. Yes, gold is in there, but it's just one.
The truth of the matter, sir, that illegal mining is going on in every part of Nigeria. What is illegal mining? It is when you just take your hoe, you take your cutlass, with no permit from federal government or any state government, no respect for environmental, concerns, no respect for environmental sustainability, and you start digging. It goes on everywhere in Nigeria.
And has been going on, arguably, with relative ease.
You see why? Because that's why you can see that the federal government today has set up a mining police force, which is to protect miners, protect equipment, and protect mining sites. And that is why at this particular brainstorming, we invited the military, we invited the police, we invited the SSS and the EFC, because security is a major issue in mining.
In mining, in fact, yes.
So, and it's everywhere in the world. But the only way you can curb illegal mining, or at least reduce illegal mining, is by adhering to the recommendations that have been made in terms of giving back something also to the community in which you are mining.
Indeed. Well, Alhaji, it's such a wide subject. After all,
Really?
the roundtable took 2 days.
It is, yes.
You know, and even at that, I'm sure it wasn't enough time. Not to talk less of a program that has about 50 minutes or so, but it has certainly given us an insight into what the reason for it all. The objective is a $1 trillion economy. We're part of that way. The shortfall that needs to be made up, we've been looking at, and your company and NIPS has been looking at the part that solid minerals could play in this.
Absolutely.
And I'd just like to thank you for coming along to sort of shed more light and put solid minerals back in there. You said it, some people have said it from home, that there's so much potential in solid minerals, and we haven't really exploited all of that. Hopefully, the roundtable and, you know, all the stakeholders, NIPS, security, I wish we could have gone on to security, but suffice it to say that you've mentioned the fact that it's a crucial part of it. Absolutely. And is being addressed.
It's being addressed.
Thank you very much, Lai Mohammed.
Thank you.
Managing Partner, Bui Costo, and former Minister of Information and Culture. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Florence. It's a pleasure to be here.
Indeed, our pleasure. So that's our program. We'll leave it there today. Do please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Yori Folarin. Bye-bye for now.